Hello friends, now let us take up the sixth project in our series, the PFG-6. The task is preparing and printing weekly temperature report. As I told you already, if you are a beginner for the programming, then write the output, what output you are expecting from the program, clearly write on a paper. That is a very good habit. Then there will be no distraction at all. Whatever statements you are writing, strictly with the reference to that, you can write. Okay, now this is the output what we are generating from this program. So you should have 100% clarity about your destination. That is very much required. Thereafter, for the previous program, fifth project, I explained a checklist. Strictly follow that. Actually, if you follow that checklist strictly, you never have any starting troubles. You never have any distraction. Okay, now we see. What is the first question? How many data items are there? Here you have to differentiate labels and data items. Here if you see sun, month, two, wed, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those are labels. Those are labels that you need not enter, just you have to take it as a string. Now what are the data items? 30.0, 31.1. There are 7 data items are there. Actually, one thing you must remember, whatever temperature you are giving and all that should be normal. If you give 50, 60, 70 and all that, one can understand you don't have any common sense. That's why what are the realistic temperatures, what is the gap between them, all that should be realistic. Thereafter, two more are there. Those are total temperature and average temperature. Here 7 daily temperatures are there, one total temperature is there, one average temperature is there. Totally how many items are there? 7 data items are there. For that purpose 7 variables we have to create. Okay, that's the first point. Number 2 is, what is the type? Actually, obviously, temperature and all, temperature, height, weight and all that, you should not take as integer whole numbers. It may happen very rarely. That's why always you should take a floating point, float data type you have to take. And thereafter, the third question is, how many are input to data item, input variables, how many are output variables? Actually, in these 7 daily temperatures you have to enter. Those are the input variables. And 2 output variables are there. 2 output variables are total temperature and average temperature. And in the processing section, using a formula like in the previous program, we calculate. So in input section, 7 input statements you have to write in order to enter 7 input daily temperatures, and in processing section 2 statements you have to write to calculate total temperature and average temperature. Then last question, the fourth one is, what names? Actually, many people, actually college students, feel that just like that they give names A, B, C and all that. If they understand, that is okay for them. Not that. If you want to evolve with a professional programmer, whatever name you give, it should be meaningful, and whoever reads that they should understand it clearly without any explanation, further explanation or comment. That's why every case you have to seriously think and think twice also, then give. Here a special norm I am following. Actually, normally we use lowercase, but in this case I am using uppercase for the sake of clarity. Actually, why these conventions are created? To improve the readability or clarity. So sun temperature, you can shorten TMPR, sun underscore temperature, mon underscore, the mon also in capital, TMPR. Case to case, you have to specially think and create. Entire world may not follow this, but you should follow the correct norm. The basic underlying principle is, whoever reads your code, they should understand what is it clearly. That means it should be self-explanatory. Okay, so first always make it as a habit. You should not have any starting troubles. Actually this is the professional approach. First you have to complete your mental work, thereafter you have to start your physical work. First design, thereafter implementation. So now mentally you got the clarity, then you start writing code. Now our mental work is over. That means the design is over. Now we have to implement it. Implementation means nothing but coding. So in this, three sections are there. First we start with a comment that I already explained to you, and thereafter input section, process section, and output section. In the input section, actually one conversion should be made. What is the conversion? Actually, this is input function that you know. Okay, now we have to write it in a float function. Write it in a float because all values are floats. That's why all daily temperature should be converted into float. Within float function, you have to write input function. This is called nesting. If you write one function in other function, it is called nesting. That means you have to make the nesting like that. Don't forget that. Normally most programmers forget here one is there, here one is there. The common mistake. That's why be careful. Okay, now in the same manner for all seven input statements you have to write within the float. Actually here also simple technique I tell you. First one you write, what is that? Sun temperature is equal to float input etc and all that you write. Strictly you write it without any mistake and check it once. After that 6 times you copy and paste 6 times. Thereafter which changes you have to make? Where sun is there, MON you have to write, TEU you have to write. That first part you have to change. Thereafter within that last word you see, instead of Sunday you have to write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and all that. By that you can save a lot of time and without committing any errors you can write that. But first statement should be perfect. Whatever statement you are taking as a source, it should be 100% correct. If there is any mistake remained in that, that is carried forward. That's why be careful while copying and pasting. You should be 200% careful. Okay, then input section is ready. Thereafter processing section. In processing section, already we have seen that the model statement, total temperature. How you write? TOT TM. There are no hard and fast rules. One should understand this as soon as they see. Second one is average temperature. Like this you write. Okay. Thereafter formula. Sun temperature plus month temperature plus 2 temperature, like that, plus you write. Always follow a habit. Whenever you are writing these operators, binary operators, these are called binary, means both sides something is there. Leave a space here. Whenever you write, leave a space here. Otherwise, it will be like a chain. It is like that. Now, if you leave a space, then here symbol, like this and all that. Readability is very important. Actually, in your normal life, if you have good handwriting, normally everybody will appreciate. Otherwise, they get a impression on you. Understand? Here in programming, there is no writing. Here, these practices you have to follow. After comment, one line gap. After input section, one more line gap. What are the good practices and all that I am explaining? I am expecting you to evolve as a professional, not like a brainless college student. Okay, that point you have to understand. Follow all these norms, and thereafter total temperature you get. Thereafter average temperature. Total temperature by 7. Here one very important point I have to tell you. Actually, this normally this is a division. Actually, if you don't want fractional values, actually suppose the result is 25.2. If you don't want this, that means you want to ignore this thing, you have to write double slashes. That point you have to understand. However, in this case we want, that's why single slash I have written. That point you have to understand. In this way, you have to write input section and process section, and sub comments you write. Leave a gap between every section, like a paragraph division. It improves the readability of your program. Now, let us write the output section. Already I told you, as far as output section is concerned, that means print statements are concerned, you should have proper practice. Without practice, your intelligence will not do. Here only practice. So a previous program you thoroughly practice, you take your own time. Instead of taking half an hour time, you take 1 hour time. But you should be perfect over writing print statements of all types. Here, one more technique, simple technique I tell you. For the previous program also, if you want, you can use. Hereafter, whenever you want to write lines, you can use this. What is the technique? Actually, whenever we want to write a line, what we are doing, like this, dashes you are writing. Okay. Now, simple technique is print. How many dashes you want? You create a string. Which symbol you are using for horizontal line means suppose dash, or any other symbol you can use. How many dashes you require? Let us say 30. Here into, this is the multiplication symbol 30, you write. What does it mean? You want 30 dash symbols, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this 30 dash symbols are printed. You need not count and type all the 30 symbols. Suppose 30 symbols are less, it does not match with the output, then you want 40. Just in this way you make it 40. 40 or more, then you make it 35. So hereafter, whenever you are writing horizontal lines and all that, this code you write. The same code you copy and paste. Understand? This copy and paste technique is a great technique which saves a lot of time. That point you have to understand. See the output section. I need not explain anything at all, only your practice. If you have any doubt and all that, which I haven't covered in my videos and all, you write to me. I don't mind to correct myself, and I give you another video also. Okay, in this manner you are writing comment, input section, process section and output section. Now let us see the output. So if you don't commit any error, then you execute it, you get the result. The program generate the result like this and all that. See how professional it is. Just according to me, you are 2 to 3 months old, 3 hours old. That means you are learning for past 3 hours, or otherwise you spend only 3 to 4 hours on that. Now you are writing this program professionally. Now you see that how elegantly program looks, how elegantly output is generated. So in this manner, every time whenever you are writing program, not only just getting results, you must focus on the elegance or otherwise readability of the program. Okay, strictly follow me, imitate me, nothing wrong in that. You have to make it as a habit. Already I told you one thing, whenever you are writing a binary operator like this and all that, leave a space. It should become your habit. While writing typing code only, you should have it. After writing, many students after writing and all that, they create that is not a good habit. Understand? While writing, if you habituate it, whenever you are writing plus minus or assignment operator, then automatically leave a space. It improves readability. Otherwise, without that also you see and compare, then you can understand what is the special elegance is provided by writing spaces.